Hello, everyone. Uh-oh. Yikes. Okay. Had to work on that. I'm trying to have another camera open so that when I get ready to show y'all my desktop, y'all will be able to see my desktop. So let's see. All right. I'm going to share my screen with y'all because I wanted to show y'all some things that I'm working on and a couple of files that will be added in the academy. So let me pull this up, share my screen. Okay, so can everybody see my screen? Let me look over here. I can see comments. Comments. So y'all are gonna, for anybody that's watching on the in the Facebook groups, it would be better if you have comments or questions to come over to the YouTube so that I can see your comments and answer your questions and things that you have from in the comments with the YouTube. I can't see the Facebook comments, so if you have questions while I'm working, um, I would need you to come to the YouTube to do the questions. Okay. So this is a template that I created. It's based off of 125. If for those of you in the academy that are familiar with the 125, the stole, and the t-shirt, this is a yard sign that goes along with that setup that you can use. Right now, um, the the yard signs have been very popular for me right now. I probably from the beginning of this month have done about 20 or so yard signs. So the yard signs have been very, very popular at this time. So just waiting. I think we got quite a few people on. Um, so, and this actual template I will be adding in the academy. So I'm going to show, I'm going to do one of the orders that I have pending for this design and just show y'all how the template works. I also have another yard sign that, that I created that I'll be adding in the academy. I'm going to show y'all that one too, because I have an order pending for that one as well. So I have a couple of things that I'm going to be working on, and I'm just wanting to share with y'all while I was working so y'all can kind of see my process and see the different things, because a lot of people have asked me, okay, so when your orders come in, what do you do? How do you handle, you know, a volume of orders and things like that? So I have different platforms that I actually take orders off of. So I have a Shopify store. I have hey everybody. I see everybody coming in saying hello. So I have my Etsy store. I also have a Shopify store, and I have a Wix website, which I am transferring over my site, my Wix site to a Shopify site. I'm doing the transfer for that. So I won't have the Wix. I'm going to have everything on Shopify. And I'm doing that, getting ready for this to come. Um, hey, Angela. getting everything ready for that Shopify store. It's almost ready to go live. So then I also take orders through Facebook and Instagram. So right now, where I'm at in my, I'm gonna bring this screen over. So what I do when I get orders in is I have a spreadsheet that I use to put all of my orders in, and actually, because for me, I'm visual, I need to have everything in one place. And since I'm taking orders on different platforms, it's easier for me to put everything into the spreadsheet, and then I can be very specific. So this spreadsheet I created for myself to take my orders. So like right here, I have this column that says the order was placed on, and then I have a drop down menu where I can choose where the order was placed, whether it was through my Etsy store, my Southern Girl Creation site, my graduation collection site, which is my Shopify site, Facebook, Instagram, and then sometimes people just in my Etsy messages, they will order specific things that maybe I didn't have. Um, Listed, or they're doing something custom, and so the order is actually in the Etsy messages. So here I put the order name, if it's a student name that goes along with it. So for my stole sizes, I have a drop down menu that I can choose which one is um, the size of the stole, quantity. Then I have my shirt size, and then I have whether or not it's a center print, a 3D, which is an all over shirt, or a DTF. So I have where I can choose that. And then I have where I can choose whether it's a front only shirt or a front and back shirt. And then these are just for me, where I have a ship by date that Etsy populates, and I put that here. And then I have a need by date that my customer actually says what they need. So I have that in my pending orders. I have orders that are waiting approval, and then I have my orders that are ready to print. So once I've actually worked on the design and moved it over, I'll move it to ready to print, and then that's how my daughter will go in and go to the ready to print and know that's what she's going to be working on and when she needs to get it out. So and I just move it. So once I send the mock up to the customer, I move it from pending orders to awaiting approval, and then I move it from awaiting to approval to ready to print. And then once it's done, we move it to complete. So then, and we gray it out and it's completed. So that's kind of my, and if anything comes up once they've approved it, I'll change these colors. We have a color coding system to go from green means it's ready to go. um if I have an issue that comes up, I'll put on there, like I'll make it yellow so she knows, hey, hold up, don't go forward with production right now. So that's the system that I use for kind of keeping everything in order, knowing when things were ordered, knowing when I need to get things shipped out and things like this. So that's how I keep all of my orders, whether I took them on whatever platform they were taken on. I will sort this using a spreadsheet. I can sort it by when I need to get it shipped. I can sort it by those dates that are on there, and keep everything moving at the schedule that I need to. And then when I move into graduation season, let me put this back over here. I actually make a schedule for myself. So this column I use schedule date, where I'll actually, as I'm adding orders to this, I rearrange them by when my customers need them and things like that. And I'll put a date that I'm scheduling myself to work on it. And that way I can send that date to my customer. If they say, hey, I'm just checking on my order, I can say, oh, well, I'm going to be working on that on your order on Wednesday or whatever day. So that's how I organize all of my orders and keep, and it's on a Google sheet. So it's accessible to everybody who's working with me, whether it's my daughter or who, when I bring in different people, they can always go and look at that sheet. And if somebody's answering questions for me through my messages, they can look and say, oh, well, she's got this scheduled for whatever day to work. And so it just keeps everything organized in one place instead of having to go to all the different platforms that, constantly going back and forth. I can look at that one place and see everything that I have to design, everything that I need to work on. And I'm actually that template for Amy. I think you're asking about the spreadsheet, the template for the spreadsheet. That's the one. I am gonna put that in the academy, and it's gonna be a free resource. I'm not gonna sell that. It's a spreadsheet. It's just gonna be a free resource that you can get and use if you want to use that to organize your orders as well. And it's all already formatted with the little drop down menus for if it's center print or all over and thing like that. I'm gonna just put that as one of the free resources in the academy. Um, so um, so I want to show y'all this. I want to show y'all this the yard sign and how this template works. And this is Ebony, y'all. If y'all never have met my daughter, that's Ebony. She's walking through. She's the production team. So she's got to walk, moving around doing stuff. That if y'all never have met my daughter, that's her. And let me get this plugged up. So she's kind of moving around. She's about to go run some errands in a little bit. Everybody saying, "Hey, Ebony, you want to come wave? Say hey, girl.
Hi, guys.
Hey." Yeah. So I'm gonna start showing y'all the first, with this template. It's a really easy template. So we gonna go here. I'm gonna change out this photo here first, and let's see. I'll pull this over here. So I have this one. And it's a really easy, simple template. And I'm going to resize this a bit so that it fits right in there. And that's a smart object. And we're going to just update that and change that out. I don't know. And this guy's name, we're going to change his name from Mars to this is Phoenix. Okay. And let's see, let me look at his stuff. So then I'm going to change this logo out. And that's going to be this logo here. And I'm going to resize it to about the same size. I'm going to turn that off. And then once I have my logo in place, let's see. Let me resize that just a little bit. Once I have my logo in place, that's when I'm going to select my color from my logo. And let's say okay on here. Let me move this out my way for now. Okay, so once I have that color selected, then I'm going to go in here to the background, which is the Smart Color 3 here. And I'm going to update that to that color that I selected. And then you'll see that that color changes the background color. It also changes the 2023. It updates that. And um, so it's running a little slow probably because I have all this stuff open. So you'll see it updates the background, the 2023, and the color in the name. So I order my signs through 4Over. That's the company that we suggest that you use for signs and printing and things like that. And I am actually this will be uploaded to 4Over and they drop ship. So I do the design and then they drop ship for me. And then I need to change out the name for the mascot. And then this is the school name I'm going to be changing out. Benton High School. And then this photo here, you can either do the remove BG, and I didn't do that for this one. I'm going to just remove the background here on the in Photoshop. So let's see. I'll keep that right there. So to remove that background in here, I'm going to use my object selection tool and see how Photoshop selects this. They when you place your order on there, they actually have two columns, one for you to put your customer's address and one for you to put the address of your choosing with the name of your choosing on there. So you can put all of your business information there and then your customer's information, and when the customer receives it, it has your information on it. Okay, so let's see. It left out a little portion of his hair. So I'm going to select that little portion that they didn't get of his hair. And that kind of put it in there. I'm going to do select and mask. So that's going to be the image that we get. And I'm going to say okay. And put that layer mask on there. And now my background's removed for him. And I'm going to delete this layer. And they do so with their shipping, they do there's when you're doing your rates, like if you get signed up with them as with a reseller account, they do they are US based. They actually have several locations around the US, so they will, based off of where you're shipping to and what products you're doing, they will actually do they will they have like the best factory or whatever closest to wherever you're shipping from, and they do next day shipping everywhere. So when and it's next day everywhere for $10. So if say it's a cutoff time, like say I wanted to upload this, I go ahead and upload this today, right? Um, then if I upload this today, for the cutoff time for production for it to leave today to be done today is 10 a.m. So when you go on their website, they have cutoff times to tell you what the business day is. So if I went in and if I upload this today, then it'll be in production for tomorrow because I've already missed the cutoff time for today. But tomorrow it would be in production and they would ship tomorrow with next day shipping. So um yeah, they have one in Arlington. They actually have one here in Houston too. They opened this past year, and so this is fine for that. And I'm gonna drop the opacity on this to 65. Um, do this, and let me do a little fade off on this bottom portion of the increase first side. Okay. Yeah. So, and that design is done. So now I just save the file. I do a save as, and I will save this one as uh, Phoenix. Yes. Okay. And then I let's see. Once I save the file, I save my file first, and then once I save my file, I will save this as a copy. Okay, it's still saving the file. Let's switch back to my move tool. So once the file is saved, then I save this as a copy, and I select this over here, and I'll select Phoenix, our yard sign, and I'll select the JPEG and save that as a JPEG image. Um, and then I can upload that image to 4over and they'll have it shipped out. So that's for this yard sign. So that's how that template works. It's very simple. You have one smart color change out the name of the school, the mascot name, and then two photos. So if I wasn't talking, I probably would have been done with that in 5 minutes. So, but since I'm talking, it take me a little bit longer to finish that. So, but this is the 125 yard sign. This is selling really well on both my Etsy site and my graduation collection site. Um, this yard sign is a standard size, which is 24 by 18. That's the standard yard sign size. So I'm gonna, and then I also, with this file, when I upload it to the Academy, you will get the mock-up for you to be able to send to your customer. And this is just a change out. I'm gonna do the place embedded. Move this over so I can see. Um, place that image right in there that we saved. Delete this one. And then I update on this with the yard sign, this ribbon flag. I changed that stroke on the ribbon to match. Oh, it's over here. Let me bring it up here. I changed the stroke on there to match the color, the background on the yard sign. And then I saved this image as a JPEG. So you'll get yes, I'm saving I save all of my images on the um I save all of the images on my external hard drive, my Google Drive. And what I do as I'm working, I save everything on my Google Drive first. I save everything on my Google Drive first so that I have access to it no matter what device that I'm working on. Because I have um y'all always see me in here. I'm in my bedroom working. So I have my setup in here in the bedroom, but I save everything on the Google Drive because when Ebony is doing production in the office, she has access to all of the files in the Google Drive in the office. And then what I do is after 90 days, usually with my files for my customers, I keep those on the Google Drive for 90 days because a lot of times I have customers that come back, they want to order additional things, and I want to make sure that I don't have to, move those files back to the Google Drive or whatever for Ebony to be able to do production on it. So I'll keep those files on the Google Drive first, and then I purge my Google Drive and back everything up to the external hard drive. But I initially save everything on my Google Drive, and I have like the 5 terabytes of storage on my Google Drive because I think right now I have over 2 terabytes of data on there. And the mock-up and the mock-up and um the design file, they'll come together, Nikki. And for a customer's order, I save the customer's order for 90 days. So, I actually have all of them because I just move them, and when I purge my Google Drive, I move it to the external hard drive, and then it's on my external hard drive forever. I can access that at any time. So, it's going to be available in the academy, and I will make a post. I'm going to post it after I finish the live. I'm going to post this one, and then I'm going to show another another yard sign design, and everything will be available in the academy, and I'll make posts and links for all of the designs that I'm working on right now. So um So I'm going to close this one out. And so this is the other yard sign design file that I have that's been selling pretty good as well on my Etsy store. And so I have hey Tanya. Let's see. No, actually, most people only purchase the single sided yard sign. I do have the option for them to do single sided and double sided, but the majority of the orders that I get have been for single sided. I've done a couple double sided, but most of them, they're just typically putting them in their front yard for people to be able to see when they're walking up. So they the yard signs sell really are, and they're selling really good, the single-sided ones. Also, I have in like my marketing classes and things like that, I've also you know mentioned that the yard signs sell really good as fundraisers for schools. So, and for different organizations, band, choir, things like that. The yard signs sell really good. The schools can make a good amount from them, as well as you. You still make a good amount with the yard signs. The yard signs are very popular for fundraising items. Um, so, so this one is a little different. So we have, and I'm gonna use the guide that I did before just to change it out so that you can see, um, so you can see just how this template works. So I have it where you can change the photo here, and I'll just go ahead and put, you know what, I'm gonna do this other, because just the, okay. All right. And this was for Mars. So for the single-sided, I had mine at 3750, I believe. Let me look. Yeah, 3750 for the single-sided and 4250 for the double-sided. But when I'm doing let me see something. Let me look on this one. This is a different one. Yeah. Yeah, so I have them as 3750 and 4250. I also do them the digital file for 15. So if they just want the image, I have those three options that they can buy the digital file at 15, and they can do the single sided at 3750 and the double sided at 4250. Um so um I'm going to change out this school logo. It's going to be file, place embedded, and this school logo is here. Oh, gotta delete this one. Change that out. I'm going to resize that a little bit. Now that I have my logo image in, I'm going to select my color. I'm going to change out this Indianet to Firebirds. I'm going to change Angela, I thought you took my marketing class. Florida Virtual High School. I'm going to just increase this size a little bit so that it fills up this area here. And then for my color, so I have for the background, I have it where you can just have the smart color, that one color, but I like the gradient on it. And so I have my gradient here, and I'm gonna just change this purple out for that blue. And change this side out. Same thing. I'm gonna change that out to the blue. Oops. There we go. Okay, so that changes that out. And then the, let's see, Mars, the name is in blue. And change that smart color out so that that text box changes. And I may add that smart color to over that name so that the name changes out automatically. So with this one, so this has this photo frame here and it has two strokes on it. Okay. So for that glitter pattern, the glitter around it, I have the stroke set as a pattern and I just saved a piece of digital paper, silver digital paper as the pattern, and then I put that as the stroke around that frame. So you can change it to whatever color if you wanted, like if you wanted to actually get a piece of blue digital paper, you can change that out very easily. I'll show y'all pretty much what I do as far as that pattern change. Mm, let me get it. I don't know why that started. Okay, let's see. I go to Creative Fabrica. No, you didn't miss anything. And I would select blue glitter digital paper. Okay, so let's do this one. And then I just download that. For any of y'all that are not familiar with Creative Fabrica, Creative Fabrica is an awesome resource for all things fonts, graphics. You pay one either monthly or yearly subscription, and you have access to everything that the platform does. So that the platform has to offer, you can it's just one time and you can get whatever graphics you need. Okay, so to make this pattern, I would do open a new artboard. I would save it. I would open it as a 400 by 400. Let me change that 300 DPI. Create. And then I would just drag this digital paper there. So I have this glitter digital paper. And then I'm going to do edit, define pattern, and it's going to be, let's see, sky blue glitter paper. So now I have that pattern defined there, and I'm gonna go back to my design, and I'm gonna go to my photo frame and that stroke, and right here where I have the pattern, I can change it to that blue, and now that blue digital paper, now that blue is the outline for that. And then I have the same thing over here with this, let's see, the stroke on the border here. Change that. And then, let's see, this rectangle, this has the stroke on it here. And then now all of that has that blue glitter um, that blue glitter look to it for the stroke. So this is the second yard sign, and I'll be posting both versions of this particular yard sign. So you can see it's a very easy change out. I'll probably do a couple of little because I've just been using this design for myself, but I'll probably do a couple of other tweaks so that when you update this, actually I can do this right now. Let me just copy this smart color layer here and turn that on. Create a clipping mask. So now whatever you change, it'll change the name. And of course, you can change whatever the fonts and different things are that you want to, but um, um, that's that template. And I will also include the font that goes with this because there is a couple of fonts. So that is the second um, yard sign. And I have a couple of other yard signs. I'll probably go live and demo those maybe next week, but that's two yard signs that are will be available in the academy for you to use and post and use um for your customers. So let's see, what else do I have to work on? Okay, so I have a Fresh Prince birthday bundle. So, and I just did this one for demo. I won't save this one. Well, I'll save it as Mars. Save that in her file. Okay. Okay, so now I have a Fresh Prince birthday bundle. This is something that a lot of people have asked me about, and we are going to. Oh yeah, and Disney, home of a Firebird. That's correct. But this was just for demo. But you're right, Nikki. Grammar was not correct on there. So I'm gonna close that out. And I'm going to close this out. And this is one thing that a lot of people have asked me about, this particular Fresh Prince bundle that I do. And this is probably one of my most popular um, designs on, well, one of my most popular party favor packs on Etsy and is a bestseller on Etsy. Um, so this is the file that I actually work from to do my change outs. Let me get all of my assets together for this. Let's see. Go to my file. Let's see, Rochelle Austin. I need to go to my email and get the picture and everything for this one. Let's see. Do I have the picture? Did they send it? Copy it, go to my photos. And this is what happens a lot. But I will go ahead and change this out just so y'all can see how this template works. It's very easy. This is I'm going to change this. This is a smart object. The name on here is Austin. And Austin is turning, let's see, 3. So I'm going to change this to say 3. Okay, so as you can see, it's updating here. The Love Austin changed here. It changed here on the water bottle. The age changed everywhere from the chip bag, the Rice Krispie treat. It changed on all of them, all of the items. I also have to change his name one more place because it's a different orientation, so it's saved differently. And now that changed here, here on the gable box, and on the gift bag cover. So once I change out that, and then let's see, I just need to change the image. And they actually need to send them a message because they did not send the image to my photos email. So I do have a I have a photo email that I have. If I recommend that if you are taking orders, that you have one email address that's set up for all of your items, your images to be emailed to. If you're not using like a system, because on Etsy they cannot upload images to you. They have to send you their images. On Shopify and platforms like that, you can add an image upload to your listing where they can click on that and actually upload the image. And when you get the order, the image comes with that order. But on Etsy, that is not the case. They cannot upload an image from when they make their purchase. They have to send you their image. So I have an email address that's set up with my domain that is photos at southerngirlcreations.com that I have them send all of their photos to. So this particular um, they did not send the they didn't send the they didn't send the image, so I'm just gonna grab an image just to show the change out. And I'm gonna go here and change out my birthday kid. Oh, that wasn't even a PNG. So I'm gonna have to select it. Let's see. Let's turn him off. Let's see if Photoshop is gonna select that image for me good. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. It selected the So let me do Control D, get on the right layer, and do the image selection. Yep, did pretty good. I'm gonna do select and mask on that and select OK. And I'm gonna put the layer mask on there, and then I'm gonna get on here and fade this image out just a little bit, the bottom. I don't have that edge. And then go back here. And then as you can see, the image updated everywhere on this particular template for this party pack. And now I'm done. So this is actually, for those of y'all who know the Automizer, this is a smart template. And the Automizer was actually created after I did these the party favors like this, and of course Shannon like said, "Hey, we can do this and do this even better," and this is where the Automizer was created from, was this template that I actually sent her after I did this template, and so this is basically your a design file for a party favor pack, and then so what I do from here is I do export artboards to files. And then I select and do a new folder. And I do Austin, Fresh Prints. And that's where I selected that to go. And I want all of my files to start with his name. So I'm going to type his name in and put a dash. Make sure my quality is up at 12. And now I'm going to say run. And now what Photoshop is doing, it is creating a JPEG image for each one of those images in that template. And then I will take those JPEG images and put that in my print file. So for those of y'all who have the Automizer or have purchased the Party Favor Automizer, this is the same process. I get the JPEG images, take the JPEG images and put them into the print file, and then that is going to give me the actual files that I'm going to print for the actual party favors to be created. I do not suggest printing straight from the JPEG file. That's why when we have with the Party Favor Automizer, we give you the print file, because if you print the JPEG image, it does not size correctly when you print it. So it won't actually be the size that you need it to be when you actually go to print those to make the party favors. So you need to take those JPEGs, and I'm going to show you once this finishes running, put it in the print file, and you'll be able to you'll see what I'm talking about for those of y'all that are familiar with it, and for those of y'all that are not, you'll be able to see the actual print files. And then I actually have some that I've already printed. I have some that I've already printed, and then I'll show you that as well, because I have uh some that I printed the gift bags anyway from the party favors, and I'll show you what they look like when they're actually printed. So this should be just about done. Let's see. So as you can see, while it's doing, it's populating all of those. These are all the JPEG images that are being put into that folder. And now it says artboards to files was successful. And I can say, okay. And now you can see these are all of the JPEG images that were just created from this template. Okay. And so then from here, I'm going to open the print file. So this is what the print file looks like. So of course we're not doing all of these items with this pack. So I'm going to cut off everything that is not in this actual pack, which would be my digital invitations, um, the Hershey bar, get back to the Kit Kat wallets, diaper raffle tickets. So these are all the items that this actually still has. So now these are just all smart objects everywhere that you see, like the coral color. These are all smart objects. And so now I'm just going to drop these images into my smart objects. I also do it this way, and as you can see, it creates a chip bag front and a chip bag back right here. And the reason that I have those is for if when before we had the Automizer, I wanted to create a mock-up for my customers to see their products, and I would use placeit dot net. And so these images I could just drop in there and place it, and it would create my mock-up for me. So I'm gonna bring this cupcake in, and then what I do with the cupcake topper is I do the create a clipping mask to the that image below, and then I just increase the size and make sure that it covers up um that circle. And then as you can see, it's creating these design files. The other reason that I do this way and make the PDFs is not just because that's what you need for the actual print file, but because you do not want to give your customers files that are editable. So these images, the JPEG images, once you get them into this and you save this as a PDF, because you actually can export from this as a PDF. But if you did not know, if you export files from Photoshop as a PDF, the layers are still there. So then you're actually sending your customer the editable file. And you don't want to send them a file that they can edit. You want to send them the file if they're not purchasing a template from you. You want to send them a you want to send them the files flattened that they can't alter. So I'm just adding all of these images in here, creating these print files. So just trying to find the party favor Automizer price on link. Okay, so the party favor Automizer, in order to, and I need to go back and see to just purchase the party favor Automizer. If you do not have the full version of the Automizer, you can purchase my party favor class, and it comes with the party favor Automizer. So if you haven't purchased the full version of the Automizer, you can purchase my party favor class, and that class has a mini version of the Automizer, which is your party favor Automizer. And I think there are two classes, two or three, because I've done the party favor Automizer class. Um, a few times, and um you just purchased the party pay. Okay, so the Automizer is different than this file that I'm showing right here. This is a smart template and it's separate from the Automizer. This is just a smart template that is this actual theme. Um it's not the attached to the Automizer. So if you purchase the Automizer, you can actually make all of these products from the Party Favor Automizer. Um, well, whichever version you purchase, because um depending on which class you purchase, each class has different items. Like I added for one of the classes, I added the Capri Sun, so one of them has the Capri Sun, and then I think it was the first version that had everything except the Capri Sun, I believe. So, um, let's see. So now you can see I populated all of the artboards, and now I export these as um let's see, export artboards to PDFs, and the PDFs are actually what they're gonna print. So I'm gonna go back to Austin, put it in his folder. Actually, let me go to Austin. And what I like to do in that folder is create a new folder that's just the PDFs, and select that folder. And now put his name and a dash and to run. And so now you'll see that I'll bring this over so you can see it populate as it does it. So you'll see as it's making them, you'll start seeing that each one of those PDFs is now being populated in that folder. So yes, so there are not, what we do is when we do our actual classes, Shannon will create a mini version of the Automizer for the class that we're doing. So, like for the stove and those items, if you want all of those items with the Automizer, you need to purchase the full version of the Automizer. So, the full version of the Automizer gives you all of the products that you can create um in there. So the stove, the tumbler, the pen, the socks, the fan is not in there. There is a yard sign. I will be adding, I'll be doing both a smart template and an Automizer file for the graduation fan. Um we were gonna try to do the graduation fan this week, but where Shannon's at, she's her internet's not that great, so that's why we weren't able to have class last night because we couldn't get the files uploaded for class last night. So I doubt we'll be able to get the graduation fan added to the Automizer for Friday because I was going to do a crafting. I'll probably still go live and demo the graduation fan and putting it together because that's another thing that's been requested quite a bit. Um, but and I don't need this, the chip bag front and chip bag back. Delete those. So when I do a digital pack, that which is what they ordered was just the digital version. Now I have all the PDFs. I send all these files to the client and then I'm done with that order. Um if I'm gonna be printing it, then I can open each one. If they ordered each one, then I'll print everything, pull it up, print it, and um make the actual party favors from the PDF files. So, But if you did purchase my party favor class, then with the video, I show in the video how to export your files from the Automizer. I actually show how to then take those JPEGs, put them in the print file, and print those. And I actually print them and assemble in the in the class. So I'll be doing another party favor class. um I'll be doing the party favor class again on February 19th, and I'll be doing my marketing class again on February 26th. So those are two classes that I'll have coming up. And every time I do the party favor class, it's basically the same. If you have the Automizer, whatever item that I add to my party favor class, you will get. So you don't have to take my party favor class again unless you just want the hands-on unless you want the hands-on you know interaction for the class. And yes, the party favor, the Automizer, the full version of the Automizer has all of the items: the party favor, graduation, memorial. Let me just pull up the, let's see. So this is the current version that's in the Academy for the Automizer. When you open your Automizer, you have all of these mock-ups down here, and I don't know if these images are actually going to come up, but you have the grad party, the memorial items, the party favor. um I have some extra mock-ups that I've done, but as far as the Automizer right now, these items, yeah, these are all the mock-up files that start with 01. So this is, the grave blanket, the banners, the banner backdrop. There's actually another file that has um several different types of banners. This is the retractable banner. Your button is in there, Capri Sun, the casket insert, all of these items, the hoodies, coffee mugs, everything that you see that has a 01 in front of it. These are all of the products that are right now available with the Automizer. And so you so when you purchase the Automizer, it's a one-time purchase, and every time products are added to the Automizer, you get that. You get the new products as they're added, whatever price that you initially purchased that at. Let's see. In the Academy right now, let's go. Let's just go to the Academy. Um, let's see. The Automizer. Let's see what the Automizer is right now because I don't know. So right now, the Automizer's priced at $850. Yes. So I will be, Chiquita, I will be adding the yard sign templates to the Academy, and I will post it in the group um, when I have them uploaded. I should be doing that either today or tomorrow. I'm gonna try to get them up there today, so that you all can purchase those. But right now, the Automizer is priced at $850. If you need to use the Sezzle option, which breaks it down into four payments, you want to highlight this link and go to the NA Lab website and actually purchase the Automizer from the NA Lab website. So the for anyone who's on the live that does not know what the Automizer is. So the Automizer is a file that was created in order for you to be able to design a product one time. Yes, the Sezzle is available, Nikki, on the NA Lab website. It's not available on the Academy side. So you can purchase it in the Academy and it's $850. If you want to use the Sezzle option, you need to go to NA Lab and purchase it on the NA Lab website. Let's see. And then keep in mind that after you purchase it, you'll get an order confirmation from your purchase on the website. You need to respond to that email so that Erica knows to go to the Academy and add you because the file is actually in the Academy. So um, in order for you to be added to actually have access to the files, you'll have access to it in your Academy login. But if you purchase it on the NA Lab website, you have to go and send the email, the confirmation that you purchased it, and then Erica will add you to the Automizer in the Academy. Okay. So and Demetrius, you say, how do we get this mock objects you have on the SV? Which I'm not sure which items you were talking about. No. The as long as you have Photoshop, when you download the Automizer files, it's no different working the Automizer on a Mac or a PC. The file is it's a Photoshop file that you upload and that you download and then open in Photoshop. So it there's no difference. Um Let me see. I want to. When you go to unzip the file, the only sometimes we do get some error messages with the extraction, but what I would suggest is to use a different browser to extract the file if you got an error when you went to unzip it. So if you got an error, because sometimes even when I'm downloading the weekly file for our class week to week, sometimes I get an error message and I just have to go to a different browser and download it from the a different browser and then it will download. Okay. So um yeah, so if you want to purchase it in the Academy, and I'll show you. So now this is just a regular, this was the print file for the party favors. Okay. I did not mean to say that like that, but oh well. I'll go back and edit it correct. This is a smart template. So this that you're seeing on my screen right now, this is not the Automizer. This is this is just the a smart template. And so how do you get the mock-up objects if you were using like the smart template? Is that what you're asking, Demetrius? Okay, so for printing of the yard sign, I don't actually print the yard signs. I outsource them to a company called Four Over. Let me put, I can put that in the chat. I use fourover.com. That's who I upload my images to for the yard signs, and they drop ship them. They drop ship the yard signs with my information, and it's a like a blind drop ship. And let's see. So the Automizer for the in the academy. Not sure. Yeah, so the smart objects to the party pack that are you talking about the print file that I used or this actual template that the one that I have on the screen right now? I actually need to go back and correct this one. The one that I have on the so the one that I had on the screen, this one, the design file, um I may be adding this one to the academy. If you have the Automizer, there is a skin pack for this particular design for the Automizer that creates this in the Automizer. Um, I'm gonna I have to make sure that we're gonna add this one to the academy. I'm not sure right now because we do have it in the we do have it as a Automizer skin pack for you to be able to create that with the all over shirt and all of that. So in the let's see over here in the academy where the Automizer is, let's see if I go back to there, the courses, the skins right here. This skin pack here is the Fresh Prince skin pack that you can use for the Automizer. But I probably will be adding a smart template on for those of y'all that don't have the Automizer, because that's what I'm trying to do now is kind of some everybody doesn't have the Automizer, so we're trying to give both versions. It's just like when we do the skin pack, we still include the smart template so that if you don't have the Automizer, you can still create this template. You can still convert that template to the party favors if you need to. So I one thing that's I've been getting questions too is if you don't have the Automizer, how do you create the party favors? And I probably will do a class on that of how to take these components and actually make the party favors if you don't have the Automizer. Because some people have just said, it's out of their budget for right now. And I understand that because, you know, I've been to where I've been there where it's out the budget. So but I'm just converting this back to I didn't mean to save this on my master file, so I'm just converting these back to my master how it was before. So once and I did the party favors. So I tried to um come in the StreamYard with my other device, but I was getting a lot of feedback. And I don't know if, because I wanted to show y'all my desktop so that y'all could see the actual party favors. But I guess I can just show it on the camera here. And I'm doing this because if I don't, I will forget to do this. So this is a party favor pack. If you all may have seen this one printed, this was my Poppet bundle. Um, and this is the gift bag cover that, oh, you know what? If I stop the screen share, y'all can probably see that better. So I'm going to finish this and delete that there. Okay, now I gotta close up all of these and turn back on all of my stuff. So right now, these items that I have on there, everything except for the digital invitation and the Kit Kat insert right now are items that either are so they are on in the Automizer right now. Everything except for the digital invitation, the 5x7 invitation, the Kit Kat wallet, and the Gable boxes. So the Gable boxes are going to be being added, and the Kit Kat wallet inserts, because I don't know if any of you all create the Kit Kat wallets, but that is one of the crafting classes that I'm going to be doing, is to show how to make the Kit Kat wallets. Also the Hershey bar wallets, I'll be adding those. So my next party favor class, like I said, I think it is going to be on February the 26th. No, February 19th. The party favor class is going to be on the 19th, and my marketing class will be on the 26th. Okay. Um, okay, so if you have the Automizer, depending on which version you purchase, as items are added, you do have to re-download the current version. So like right now, when I do my party favor class, I'm going to add one or two items to the party favor offerings. I will probably be adding the money card holder, and I haven't decided what the second item is going to be, but I know it's one of the items is going to be the money card holder that I'll be adding for the Automizer, for the party favor Automizer. So my class will have a mini version of the Automizer that has the money card holder and whatever the second item is that I choose. And if you already have the Automizer, all you have to do once those items are added is that you have to re-download that version of the current version. Now, if you said if Shanon gifted the Automizer the same Automizer, or was it something different? Okay, so if you got that version of the Automizer that during the challenge that she was doing, she did gift y'all a version of the Automizer. But if you wanted the full version, you had so many days, and I don't remember what the terms were, but you had so many days that you could have paid $100 and been upgraded to the full version of the Automizer. So the version that she gave y'all during that challenge, I'm not I don't remember which one it was, but you do not have full access to the full Automizer if you got that gifted version. So if you got the gifted version and you did not make that additional purchase of $100, excuse me, to get the full version, then you will not have access to all of the other items that are added in the Automizer. Okay. So, but if you did purchase the full Automizer, you never have to purchase any of the other items. You have access to them when they are added. You just have to re-download you just have to re-download the new version as it's uploaded. Um, so right now, how you can tell which version you have is what items you have in your Automizer file. So right now, the full version of the Automizer is named this. It's 20220918. Those were the day. That was the day that the last version of the Autopilot, and it says master on there. If that's the version that you have in your Academy folder, then you have the full version. And no, the Automizer is not required. That's why I was saying that we are adding versions of smart templates. So for people that have the Automizer and for people that don't have the Automizer, we're adding versions of smart templates in order so that you will be able to still create these same processes. Yes, if you purchased the Automizer when it first came out, I don't remember the date when that was, but when the Automizer first came out, it was $300. And if you made that $300 purchase when the Automizer first came out, you have access to the full version of the Automizer and every product that comes out. Eventually, the Automizer will probably be up to probably about, because what you have to think is each item that is added to the Automizer is a product mock-up template and print file. Okay, for each item that's added to the Automizer. So when you're talking about a template, you're talking about a $30 um template, because we normally sell the just a regular smart template for $30, and you get the design file and the mock-up. Okay, so as products are added to the Automizer, you can say that the value of each one of those items is $30. Okay, so when a product is added, that's why the price of the Automizer keeps increasing, and it's based off of the items that are in the Automizer, because you have a mock-up design and print file for each one of those items. And that's why the full version of the Automizer is the price that it is. And so eventually, when we could continue to keep adding items to the Automizer, then and that's why I say it right now it's 850. Eventually it's going to get up into the thousands of dollars um as we keep adding. So if you got the starter version, Nay, of the Automizer, if that's what yours says, then you probably have the one that was gifted. That's the starter version. And that's the initial one that came out. And it does yours would not have all of the added products. But you can send an email to the Innate Lab Gmail, or you can message Erica to be sure what version of the Automizer you have. Just, to be sure which one you purchased, because I don't have any way to tell you. But yeah, Chrissy, that like getting the Automizer at that introductory price of $300 is just like stock. Like, you got in on the ground floor, you paid that $300, and now you never have to pay anything else, and you get all the benefits of everything that's added. Um, Yeah, and it's been a couple of times, Nikki, that Shannon has done, like when she first brought it out, she said, this is gonna be $300 and this is it's never gonna be this price again. And then she did, then y'all know Shannon, she go back and she was like, okay, y'all, I'm gonna give it to y'all for everybody kept saying, when she would ask, okay, if y'all do what I tell y'all to do on the live, if y'all share, if y'all do this, then what do y'all want? And people kept saying, oh, we want that $300 on the Automizer. And she finally did it. She did drop it back down to that $300. And people missed it on that one too. So yeah, no, it's all those items, Nikki. It's the party favor items, the memorial, the graduation, it's all of those items are in the Automizer. And even at the $850 price, and whatever price it ends up being, if it ends up being $2,000, the value of the Automizer is great, because all you have to do is design one time, and then you just go through your items and say update all modified content. So um, I will go ahead on here. Let me open the an Automizer file just for those of you that may be on the live that don't know what the Automizer is, have never seen the Automizer in action. I will demo a couple of items for the Automizer. So the Automizer, if you're in the Facebook group or if you're new watching today on YouTube, our Automizer file is a file that allows us to design one item one time, and then we can go to all these other items and and update these items, and you don't have to keep designing. And what the Automizer does is it creates your mock-up, it creates your design, you have your design file, and it creates your print file. So you get all of those things done at one time for you. So for this one, this is my Poppet bundle. So now I'm gonna flip this to one of my other designs. Let's see. So for those of you, maybe you have the Automizer and you're not familiar, you're not really using it. Maybe because you're learning how to do it, or you still having issues with working the Automizer. I'm going to So when you download the Automizer, you want to keep the Automizer on your desktop. Okay. The main file, your main Automizer files, you want to keep on the desktop. I'm gonna flip this out to another design. Uh, let's see. I'm gonna flip it to my. I'm gonna flip it to this basketball design that I did. So this design, so you'll see that I keep my Automizer design, my Automizer files, which are skin packs. I keep those in my external drive, which is my Google Drive. Okay. So I'm gonna copy all of these um, files. I'm gonna say copy. Now I'm gonna go to where my actual Automizer files that I'm designing from are saved. Okay. And I'm going to go in here and I'm going to right click and I'm going to say paste, because I want to replace all these files. So your Automizer files are all saved with the same name. Okay. And so now I'm going to go ahead and I I pasted those files there. So now what it's going to do is it's going to ask me, do I want to replace the files that are here because they're all the same name? Okay. And I'm going to say yes. Once it pops up, and it's probably going to run a little bit slower because I have the StreamYard open and I have some other stuff which I probably need to go ahead and close so it can run a little bit faster um, for y'all while we're on this live. Exit out of these things, make sure it didn't ask me. But it's gonna eventually it's gonna ask me, do I want to replace these files? Okay. And I'm gonna say there it is. And I'm gonna say yes, I'm gonna replace the files in this destination. So now it's gonna start replacing all of these files. You'll start seeing some of these change as it replaces the files. Okay. I'm gonna look at these comments. Is there a class teaching how to use them? So the classes that we have, basically like my party favor class, um, Erica's done some classes like there's different ones of the class. Uh-oh. Did I go off? So we in each one of our classes, like I said, we have a mini version of the Automizer, and we teach you in our class how to change those files out. We teach you how to go replace those files and how to do that. But I know some people want to know how do you do a design from scratch in the Automizer? And I'm going to be doing a class. I already have my February classes scheduled. I'm going to do a class in March about designing like from scratch in the Automizer. Um, some people are not interested in designing from scratch. That's why I create the skin packs so that you can go in and it's just like having a template where you can use these templates, you can change the files out and then just make these, the designs, change the colors, change the names, change the text, and you have a design that's ready to go. Yeah. You say you designed all the items manually from the marketing class. Yeah, so in the marketing class what I did was I used smart templates in the marketing class. Now I do give you a mock-up that you can populate those things, but some people prefer work from the Automizer, some people prefer me. I do both. Usually if I'm making an initial design for my customer, that has, like, if I'm doing a custom design and it's my first time making that design, most of the time I'll go ahead and do it in the Automizer. But while I'm working just day to day and I'm doing like I have a list of oh, okay. All right. Well, yeah, the if you take like my party favor class or any of the classes that some of the other coaches may offer, we have a version of the Automizer, and in those classes we show you how to change out your skin pack. That's what I'm demoing right now. This is basically a skin pack that I created. And I'm switching that skin pack out now. The skin pack that I had in there was my pop it party, and now I'm switching it to this basketball theme. And so you'll see once I copied those files and I pasted those here, my design is going to update to my new to the design that I'm working on now. So but yeah, we have a min it will have like a mini version. We don't do, and we're not going to go through the whole Automizer because like I said, right now I think the Automizer is up to about 40 to 50 items. So my party favor class is 197, Amy. Um I usually the first week when I post it, I usually will go live and offer it at a discounted rate while I'm on the live. Um okay. So now you see these items have been replaced with these design files up here. Okay. And I'm going to close this out and then I'm going to go to. So now you'll see Photoshop is now working and it's updating. And I replace those files in the Automizer. The Automizer is going to recognize that I now place new files in there, and that's why this is spinning right now, because it's recognized that I placed new design files in there, and now it's going to start to update. And now it just switched out to my new pack. Now, previously when I did this design, we did not have the button and we did not have the Capri Sun in there. Okay. So now you'll see that now I can go in to this Capri Sun mock-up and how the Automizer works is when you go in, now you'll see um, these little yellow caution signs. That is where the Automizer has recognized, oh, the design files that are in there are different. It was changed. It's not these colors. So everywhere that you see the little yellow caution sign, that means that the Automizer recognized that a file was changed there. And now we go in, we right click and we say update all modified content. And it's going to update those items to the new design files that I put in there. Okay. Hey, Morticia. So now you see it swapped those out, but my image didn't change here. Okay. And that's because now I have to go into the image. And now you see all of these have yellow caution signs. And now I'm going to update all modified content. And now it's going to replace these images with my new design file that I have. Yeah, Margaret, once you get to working in it, and you see actually how it works and how everything updates, it does get easier and easier. You do have to just keep playing with it. I know sometimes it gets frustrating. It can take a while for each one to update. It can take a while for each one to update, but um, you know, you may spend doing a design in the Automizer. You might spend about an hour doing that, doing the design, doing the actual design to update everything, to go through everything and update it. But within it, you have the design files are done, your print files are done, and your mock-ups are done. So previously, the way we had to do, like what I was saying when I initially showed Shannon the template with the Fresh Prince template, and I showed her how I had gone and made those artboards and everything. I still had to, in order to show a mock-up to my customer, I had to go in there, I had to change all of that out. Then I had to go to find a mock-up for it. Like if I wanted to do a Capri Sun, I had to get a Capri Sun mock-up. I had to have all of those were different files. And I had to go to the Capri Sun mock-up file and I had to drop that image in there and then export that file. I had to go to my chip bag mockup, make the chip bag mockup, go to, so what the Automizer does is it does everything at one time. When you're designing this, it does it all at one time. So now you see it changed it out based off of the images that I dropped into there when I switched it out. Now I have the updated Capri Sun. And as opposed to me working on this design and going in, changing the design, then I have to go open up my Capri Sun mockup, and then I have to go and drop the file in the Capri Sun mockup, then extract, download that file. It's a time saver to be able to design this way. Let's see. There we go. It's like, where did the design file go? So now, see, it recognized right here that I changed those images. So I'm going to do update all modified content, and then it's going to change. So when you go through this, a skin pack, basically, because people are like, well, what are the skin packs? The skin pack is basically, if you wanted to make this poppet design, I put the poppet skin pack on the website, and you can go and make this poppet design instead of having to start from scratch trying to create a poppet design. This same thing with this abstract basketball design that I did. I can sell the skin pack for it, and you purchase the skin pack, and then you can create that design. You can change it from orange to red to blue to whatever color you need it to be. And it's just like having the regular template. So the skin packs are basically templates for the Automizer. The Automizer is the tool that actually changes everything out for you. The skin packs are the templates that you load into it to have different designs. Okay, so I hope that makes sense with what the skin packs are for the Automizer. But what I'm doing also is, as I'm designing skin packs for the Automizer, I know everybody doesn't have the Automizer. And even if you have the Automizer, you might not be comfortable with using the Automizer. So I also create a smart template that allows you to do those same things. So I don't know if you all have recognized when you're doing the buttons that if you turn this on, this basically tells you what the safe area is to make sure that you don't have any of your text or your images hanging off for when you actually press and make that button. And I always check it before I. Yeah, it's a great and amazing tool to have, especially when you're wanting to create something that you can show all of these products to your customers, and you don't have to go and do the design for each and every single last product. You know, you don't have to drag and drop. Like for this one, if I want to change out this image and change the age and the name, um then I just go in and make those changes, and then go to each product and say update all modified content. I don't have to keep going in there changing off, type the name in every time I go to each product. It's going to update that for me. So, and I'll show you just going in here. I'm going to go into the shirt file. And this is where we recommend that you start at. You start at the all over shirt front, and you update that file with all your images. And so I can go here I have all these yellow caution signs. So the first thing I want to do is say update all modified content. So the button is the standard. It's a 2.5 inch button, which is the button that we have recommended, the button maker, which is the like the normal button. Let me see. I have a couple. I had some buttons up here that I did. Let me see. This is just the um. Let's see. So now this is the button maker, the one that it's formatted to make the buttons this size, which is a 2.25-inch button maker. The actual print size is 2.5 inch. Um, when you buy this, you get 1,000 buttons with this purchase for 128. I sell my buttons at $3 a piece. Okay. So the markup on here is great. I tell everybody, I used to do, like, for memorials, I used to do the ribbons. And me and the ribbons, we are not friends. We do not get along. We do not mesh well. Me and them ribbons, we fight, and they shift, and the images can be blurry sometimes. And me and those ribbons, we just don't get along. So when I started doing the buttons, I sell the buttons for my memorial packages now, and they love it. And if they want a ribbon, I can just hot glue, I can hot glue some ribbon on the back of the button, to have a little ribbon on there. But the buttons are very easy to make. I can bust them out quickly, and the images print beautifully. And I don't have to be struggling and stuff. So I don't offer the ribbons anymore. If you ever see me post a um if you see me post a memorial package, them ribbons ain't gonna be on there, because me and the ribbons, we just know. Uh yeah, see, and that's the thing. Like, I started having a dorm on like the 8.5 by 11. But when you thinking about, like, you're doing the ribbons, you're taping them down, or use the adhesive spray to put them on there. However it is, prepare, and then once you press them, you still gotta fold them and hot glue them and put the little I put the little pin on the back. Like, it's a process with those ribbons. And once I started doing the buttons, I don't do ribbons no more, y'all. I just do not do ribbons anymore. So I print all of my party favors and everything that I'm using, like, for print. I have an ET 15,000. I definitely suggest having a Echo Tank printer, because the value for ink and everything, like, I've been printing with this set of ink for at least half of the year, and I have not had to replace my ink yet, and it prints beautifully. So that's the one I have up on the screen, is this the button maker that we use, or that I use. And that's the one that I've suggested, and most of the people in the academy that have purchased from my suggestion, that's the one that we purchased. And it comes out the regular, um let's see. I was trying to see if I had, I know I had some uh buttons that I did, some extra ones that I did. Oh, here we go. These were some of the buttons that I did for my kids for their basketball last year. So the buttons, um, they're that size. They're the regular standard size button. And I print on the koala glossy photo paper for my buttons. I print everything like for with my buttons. Oh well, my party favorites and everything. I use the koala photo glossy paper. So I was just gonna show on here. I'm gonna do probably two items just to show when you go in here and you change. So say I've done this one. Now I have another customer that wants this, right? So now I can go in here and every time you see the yellow caution sign, you do right click and update all modified content. Don't do update modified content. That's only going to update that one layer that you selected. If you do update all modified content, it updates every yellow caution sign that you see. And then I'm going to just, let's see, I'm going to grab a picture. Since I used that little boy I did before, I can remove his background on here. Let's see what else I have. Okay, so I'm gonna turn that text 2 off and oh, so I'm gonna go to photo 1 and I did a rockets thing. So I'm gonna just drop old Hakeem Elijah one up in here because I have his photo. Okay, I'm gonna cut him off and just do a quick little fade off on the bottom with him. Make sure I don't have those rough edges, that hard edge there. And I'm going to update and save this photo. Okay. Then I'm going to update his name. Yellow caution sign, update all modified content. Let's see. I don't think I missed any comments or questions. I know I said at the beginning of this live, and I don't know if anybody's joined us on Facebook. I cannot see comments or questions on Facebook. So if you did have any comments or questions, I need you to come to YouTube to comment or question. He is my favorite Houston Rockets player of all time. Okay. So now that I've updated the name and the image, I'm gonna close out of this and now my foreground is updated. Okay. So now let's see, and we're gonna put It was a sidebar, but I don't mind. That's why I'm on here. I I get a lot of questions and things, and I get a lot of I get a lot of DMs and messages, and I don't always get a chance to answer questions back in my, private messages or comments on the in the Facebook group. So I like when I, put this time aside to do the lives, I like to be able to give y'all as much information as I can, uh because I'm not able to um so you know what? Now I see something here. So on my text aid here, it's a it's a smart object, but I need this to be my Automizer file. It should be linked to it. And because I don't see that little link right there, I'm gonna go and link this back to, because if I don't link it, it's not gonna change every time I go to my file. So I'm gonna do update. So if you're ever working in the Automizer and you don't see that little link there, that means that it's not linked to the design file in the Automizer, which means it's not gonna update automatically. So you have to relink it to, and these are the little issues that you can come across in the Automizer that people can struggle with using the Automizer. So I like to have a issue like this live or when we're doing class, because it doesn't always I don't I don't always get the chance to go over something like that if the file is just how it should be. No, there is not an actual banner template in the academy. There is a banner. Um, there is a banner. Um, in the Automizer. There's banners in the Automizer, but there's not a banner template like one of the smart templates. But like I said, every smart template that we have, you can use to create any substrate that you want to create. Every smart template that we have, it does not have to just be an all over design shirt. Okay. It does not just have to be a shirt, it can be whatever design, whatever substrate you want to make it, as long as you know how to take the components of each smart template and take it to making you a banner. So, like if you have your foreground, you have your background, and you want to make a banner that's a 4x6 banner, you create a artboard that is a 4 foot by 6 foot banner. And then you drop those components, you save those components from the smart template, and you drop those items into your banner. But would y'all like to have just a template for a banner, like just a regular smart template for a banner? And then let's see. Hmm. I'm gonna just keep it this orange just because we're just demoing it. But those colors can be changed. I could change it to red so that it would be the rockets, but I'm gonna just leave it the orange. And what we do have is one of the classes in the academy is the step and repeat banner. It's the big banner. It's not like the quote like the party banner per se. We do have um let's see, what class is that? Yeah, it's just it is knowing how to take those components from, any smart template, or even from the Automizer. If you create it in the Automizer and you need a different size than what the Automizer has available, it's just knowing how to take those different components and make them into whatever substrate you want them to be. And the reason, like I said, the reason that Shannon changed the way that the templates were being formatted is for that exact purpose. Is so that you could take your foreground and your background and be able to change those into different items. I was trying to find the step. It's class 139 is the backdrop, the step and repeat banner. Class 139 is that. So then now you can see that that's updated with the name, and I updated the image and the number. So now I can go to, let's go to our Rice Krispie treat. And now I don't have to go into my Rice Krispie treat and go and drop this image in there and click on the name and change the name and do, and then go to the number and change the number. I don't have to do that, because when I right click on here and do update all modified content, now that I changed it one time, now it's going to update automatically for me. And that's the when we say design one time and then the Automizer does the rest. Now I changed to Hakeem's picture, I changed his name, and I changed his number, and now this template, the Automizer, is going to change all of that for me. And I don't have to go in here and double click on this picture and drop the picture in again and type the name again and type the number again. I don't have to do that. And once I finish the Rice Krispie, it's ready. The design file is done, the print file is done, and the mock-up is done. I don't have to now download this image, go open a Rice Krispie treat mock-up, drop the Rice Krispie treat image in there, download the image. I don't have to do that. It's already done for me. And yeah, I've been showing y'all in class. So if y'all are not in the VIP class or VIP or platinum program, I do take, extra time. So now you see it just updated. So now all I have to do is like right here, I might just want to resize his image a little bit, and that's it. And change this name to, down here on my thank you message, it's not Jaden, it's Hakeem. So I need to change and make sure that's changed out. I do recommend, if you're doing party favors, to put your QR code on there. Okay. I save all my images as JPEG images. I could do a file, save a copy of this as the JPEG image, but with the Automizer, you don't have to do that, because you run the script at the end and the Automizer will create all the JPEG images for you, especially if you're doing the whole thing. If you were just saying doing if you're just going to print the Rice Krispie treat out, maybe that's what you want to do, and then the um put it in the print file so that you can print it, because you want to print it as the PDF in an 8.5 by 11 sheet that have two Rice Krispie treats on it. And now I'm going to close this out now that all that updated. And now my mock-up is done. There's my mock-up. And now I'm going back to my big mock-up. Oh no, Precious, you've been a member for a year. You gotta start. What level member are you? Are you a VIP member? Are you have a basic membership? Yeah, it is, Ava. Once you get it, it's easy. But let me tell you something. I don't care how many times I use this thing. I'm amazed every time I see that flip. Every time I go into this file and I do this update all modified content, every time it flips, I love it. So, Precious, you're a VIP member. You don't have you been to any of our live classes? I want if you have not been to the live class, I encourage you to come out with us to a live VIP class on Wednesday night. We do them the majority every Wednesday night. So that's why you come to the VIP class. Really, it can be overwhelming when you're thinking about all of these things, and you're seeing all these different things be done. And I remember when I first started using Photoshop, I was overwhelmed. When I first opened Photoshop and I saw all of these buttons and all of this stuff, I'm just like, I ain't gonna be able to do it. And you know, I you know, divine intervention. I got that suggestion on YouTube to watch Shanon. She was doing a demo of the academy, and I was like, you know what? Um, I'm gonna join this academy. And I started going to the academy, and now that class that I was going to every Wednesday night to learn Photoshop, I teach that class now. So I've been in the academy. Oh, when did I join the academy? Mm, Last year. So, and I try to give extra content when to our VIP and our platinum members. When you come out to the class, I stay longer. We go over the class content, and because Shannon's been making these templates so easy now, um she's been making these templates so easy now that we typically get through class with the template for the week. We get through class in like 30-40 minutes, depending on how many people is there and all of that. And then I stay on, and if you have any additional questions, like if you were working on something in the Automizer and you got stuck, and you come to VIP class and you say, hey, Chrissy, I need help. I was doing this in the Automizer. Can you tell me? Can you explain? I do, I give extra help every Wednesday night. So it would be very beneficial. Just come out and go through class with us. We walk you through each step. No creative left behind. Every class is beginner friendly. um you will need to be able to download the template for the week. Make sure you have come to class with your template downloaded for the week. The Whatever your picture you want to change out, logo you want to change out. um and we suggest that you either have dual screens or be signed in on the device that you're working your Photoshop in, and the other device where you can follow along. So every class is beginner friendly. Every class is. And no creative left behind. So um, we have people that's been in the academy since the very beginning. We call them our OGs, and everybody is very patient. And even if you come and you just want to watch and you're not actually, we have people that come in and they come in class and they don't, share their screen or anything like that. Um, let's see. Got a couple of questions. May I ask why should we save the Automizer to the desk? Okay, so the reason that you need to save your Automizer to the desktop is because the Automizer is like having a piece of software. Okay, you want to consider the Automizer as a software, and you save it on your desktop so that one, because the Automizer is such a large file, it does take when your computer is reading it and it's updating. The Automizer is doing a lot of things. Like I said, it's creating your design file, it's creating your print file, and it's creating your mockup. It's doing a lot at one time. If you have it saved somewhere externally, or you don't have it on your desktop, it's going to take much longer for those updates to take place. Your skin packs, you want to save those somewhere else. You don't want those design files all saved onto your desktop. But we do say have the main Automizer file, the one that you download from the academy, put that and you extract that onto your desktop, because that is where the Automizer is working from, and you want it to work as efficiently as possible. And that's why we recommend that it be saved on your desktop. Okay. um let's see how the code listed in the academy works. Okay, so you're talking about to get into Wednesday night class, Nikki. And see, all these people, Precious, that are answering you, they are at class every week with us. So we welcome our newbies, and everybody is very patient. And we that's what Wednesday night class is there for. It's for us to be able to help, especially our new people coming on, and for you to be able to have access to me, because I at periodically I offer one-on-one sessions now, but I don't just keep my schedule open to do one-on-ones, and I don't always have time to be able to answer questions individually. So when I do things like this, the lives and especially Wednesday night class, even if we have people that they can open those templates, and they have no problems doing those things, but they come to class every Wednesday night. And I feel like, just personally, that every week something gets shared, either new topic or new content or new information or new resource. um you know and we would love to have you there, and you're paying to be a VIP member, so take full advantage. So I do have a video that's posted in the Facebook group that I showed how you use the code. I show you exactly how to go through that process of getting your code and going to the class. I couldn't show you exactly now um because there's no new class for me to actually plug the code into. Um but and I'm just doing a couple of these things just to show y'all. But y'all get it. Y'all see how this Automizer works, and I'm talking and carrying on, so I'm not going through it as fast as I want to be going through it. But um, like when I do this update, all modified content. Now, if you look at this right now, if I go pull up, I'm gonna go open up the actual file in my desktop. Okay. So all of the elements that can be changed, and I'm gonna make it big So now you see my foreground is changed here. My background, that I haven't updated that background, so that's not updated. But my photo one, I updated. I updated my text five, so his name is updated. I updated text eight, that 34, his number is updated. So now every time I go to a product, now you can see down here, you see where I did the Hershey bar. The Hershey bar is updated with that new content. I updated that. Now the Rice Krispie treat is updated because I did that. And my all over shirt mock up at the front is done. So when you look at these files, the 0 underscore files, those are the individual design elements that I update. The 01 underscore are my mock-ups. So now you see that when I did that Rice Krispie treat, now the Rice Krispie treat mock-up is done. The all over mock-up is done, that front. But what's also done is, and that these images aren't coming up right now, but these down here, this is my print file. So my 44 by 36, that's my print file for that, and it's already done. So now my print file is ready for me to open and print. I save it as a JPEG, and now I can print it. My Rice Krispie my Rice Krispie file, I can open that and print it. Where is it? The right here. My Rice Krispie treat. See, the print file is ready for me to save and print. The Hershey bar ready to save and print. So when you finish updating these files and everything is up, so right now that's my 13 by 19 image. I probably want to move my background over a little bit so that my 34 shows. And then I'm going to close that out. Now my 13 by 19 is done. So what you would have to do, if that's the only one you wanted to use, then you would just go to your where your files are, and you delete. You would just take out the products that you don't want in it. So if you want to just use the party favor Automizer, then you would just take everything else out. So it doesn't have to go through all of those, the different ones. And now you can see right there that my the back. And then if I go here to this back where that 8 is, and I update these, we're gonna update that, and it's gonna be 34. Well, Precious, everybody says we hope we see you at next week's class. No, so the basic membership, you don't have a code because the code basically is to give you access to the live class for free. So, I'm trying to multitask and answer questions and keep working on Automize that time. But yeah, you can. The Automizer is customizable to whatever components of it that you want it to be. Okay, so just like for instance, this one that we're working with, say you wanted to bring in one of the other items from, like, say you want to take off the all over shirt and you wanted to put the hoodie on there. Okay, the Automizer is customizable to where you can take whatever products off that you're not offering and add whatever products on that you are offering. So you can have one automizer that's the files that you offer and not necessarily based off of the mock-ups that are pre-created for you. Those are just a starting place, and those are it's a starting place for the basic stuff that people are product offerings that people are doing right now. But it's customizable to you. You don't have to have all those products on there, and it's still the automizer is still going to work the same way. Let's go through these. Make sure. I love the support, you guys. Um, all of our OGs. I love. Thank y'all for chiming in. So, which file name should you put in the desktop? Like for me, I have it saved as the whatever the name was that Shannon made it. This 2022-09-18, and I keep it that way because like this basically is the date that she updated everything. So it's gonna make it to where I'll know basically which version I'm on. So I keep it just whatever it extracts as. That's what I keep it as. And then this one is my foreground back. And update the foreground back. So what you can do on here is like right now, this is birthday boy, right? So that's what my text 9 is saved as. It's birthday boy. So let's say I don't want birthday boy right here. Let's say I want that Hakeem that I have on the front, that it was there on the front, right? So what I can do is I can do a file, place embedded, and I can go find that text that says Hakeem because I want it to still be my automizer to where it updates and I can place that in here. So you can add design, you can add elements to this. Okay. And then I'm going to shrink that down a little bit. I'll make my 34 just a little bit smaller. And then I want to make sure that these are lined up. And now I'm on close out of there. So like now that I finished doing, like now that I've done this one, Miss C, I've done this design. Okay. So I'm not going to update anything else from here. I'm going to just stop right here. So now what I'm going to do is when I brought this in from a folder that I had saved. So I have all of my Automizer files and skin packs that I've done are saved right here. And I bought that in from this folder. I had all those files saved in this folder. So now that I've done this one with Hakeem and changed this, I want to save all these files, right? I want to save this design that I did, and then I want to be able to start working on something else. So I'm going to go back to my original and I'm going to save this because I keep it saved as the same thing. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this, and where I save my Automizer files, this is saved on my Google Drive. I'm going to create a new folder, and I'm going to name this Hakeem. I'm going to open this, and then I'm going to go to where all these files were saving, which was on my desktop. So this is the working Automizer. This is where I'm working at. This is the design files that I'm working on. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all of these files. Okay. I'm going to right click on there. You finna start acting funny. And I'm going to say copy. And now I'm going to go back to that folder that I just created, the Automizer files. And I'm going to go to Hakeem. And I'm going to right click in here and I'm going to paste those files. So now I'm making a copy of all of those files. Why is it 125 files? I'll have to look at that because it's so the Automizer sometimes it creates these temporary files, and you don't have to keep those temporary files in there. But now that I finished that, now I'm putting all these files in this folder that says Hakeem. And it is going to now keep all of these files for me. Now I have saved all these files. And now if I want to start creating something new, I start creating it in the Automizer. And then the Automizer is going to start saving those files. And I have a copy of all of the files that made this design. And if I want to switch back to this design, all I have to do is copy and paste those into the Automizer again. So right now it's saving everything for me. Yes, don't get the buttons. They do sometimes act up, but they don't act up like them ribbons do, because them ribbons be clowning. Maybe y'all have some special ribbon superpower that y'all could share with us, so that maybe but no, I'm gonna stick with the buttons. I ain't even gonna front like I'm gonna try to do those ribbons. No, I ain't gonna be able to do it. And I've made a lot of ribbons, but yeah. So I got a bunch of ribbon here. So if anybody needs some ribbon, hit me up because Chrissy ain't doing no more ribbons. I promise you, Nancy. I am. I'm done. But I promise I have not done ribbons. Y'all have to look back. I did some ribbons for my cousin's dad. When my cousin's dad passed, I did ribbons because she wanted some ribbons. And that was a pure act of love and kindness that I did those ribbons for her, because uh I rather, if somebody asks me and say they want ribbons, and I say, you know what, I have these buttons that I do, and they come out really nice, and they actually, and I think that the buttons last better. These are all of the selling points that I tell my customers. The buttons, it's a hard surface, so you can keep this button. Those ribbons, they gonna bend and they can get frayed on the ends. You really want to do these buttons instead of the ribbons. So I sell my customers on doing the buttons, even when they ask me about the ribbons. But if I have a customer that say they want them ribbons, y'all go on ahead and tell me in the comments who I can refer them to, because I'm not doing it. No takers. No takers. Because I had someone about a week ago, they wanted 100 ribbons. Mm-mm. I sold them on the 100 buttons. So then once that's saved in there in that file, now I have that Hakeem. Uh oh no, Margaret. We are enemies. We are not going to be friends. It's some people that you can be cordial with, and you just me and ribbons, we're not friends. No, I do the just the buttons. These are the buttons that I do. And they I do these buttons, and they have just the safety pin on the back. These are the ones I do. And they have sublimation buttons too. Yeah, but I'm not doing that either. These are the buttons that you're gonna get if you get buttons from Southern Girl Creations. You're gonna get these buttons, and you will not get ribbons, and you will not get sublimation buttons. You will get these buttons. so so then once you do that, those files are saved in my Automizer files. I had that saved with Hakeem. So all his files are saved right here. And now I can start working either from another um for another um I can either start working from another skin pack, or I can start working from scratch. So this is the one. This actually is the Fresh Prince, the one that I have, and I think this is the one that I haven't put out yet. I don't know. I don't know which one this is. Copy, and now I can go to my desktop, go over here, and do paste. And now I can just flip it out to this Fresh Prince design. That's right, Margaret. These are the buttons you're gonna get. Because sometimes you have to tell your customers what they need and what they want. Because they can come to you with all kind of stuff saying, "Oh, I want to do this, and that." But and at the beginning, when I first started, like with my business, I wanted to just do everything my customers wanted me to do. And they would say, "Can you do this?" And I would be like, "Yes, I can do that." And then I would sit here and be cussing and fussing, you know, uh because I couldn't, you know, I was having a time with different things, and tedious up on that. Now, I always got the job done. I must say that. I did always get the job done. But the things I put myself through because I didn't know how to say no at the beginning, not no more. Chrissy have learned that sometimes you got to be able to tell your customers no. The customers are not always right, y'all. They are not always right. So, at least they not always right for Southern Girl Creations. That's how I feel. They not always a good fit for Southern Girl Creations, and I will be happy to refer you elsewhere because it's just certain things I'm not gonna do anymore. So, uh, just over Christmas, my daughter, she did a Friendsmas and at her house for her friends, and she bought a new house this past year in 2022, and so she normally does a friendsgiving, but she had just moved into her house and was just kind of getting stuff set up, so she decided to do a friendsmas. Well, every year she wants customized wine glasses with vinyl. And I told her this year, after this year, don't ask me to do these wine don't ask me to do these wine glasses anymore because I'm not gonna do it. The sublimation buttons, they're not difficult to do. You print those and you can print the same images out depending on what size you need. And you can tape them to, and then just press them. The sublimation buttons are not difficult to do. You still have a little bit of assembly because you gotta add that back piece on there. um I'm just not doing them. So they're not difficult to do though. And I like doing my button maker. It's something about hitting that button. It's like a stress relief. Like, mashing that button is like stress relief for me. So I don't know. I just like doing the button. And yeah, Nancy, I'm not trying to weed anything. When I was introduced to sublimation, who wants to go back doing weeding for vinyl? Who I mean, like, yeah, I don't know. It's some people that find that satisfying. It's some things, like that. What's it called? The ASMR or whatever that stuff is. Sometimes it's things that people find satisfying. Weeding to some people may be satisfying. To me, it's not. Plus, the volume of work that I have, I don't have time for that. See, Samela, you, you yeah. Me? No. You love weeding? Is something wrong with you? No, I'm just playing. But yeah, for some people, like, they love that whole process. Your girl? No, I ain't gonna be able to do it. And the thing is that I say that, but we do have some projects and some different things that I'm gonna be doing in my crafting sessions that I will be doing weeding and showing y'all. And when we have that, y'all will y'all will see. Oh shoot. Hold on. I'm sorry, y'all. I did not mean to hit that button. I did not mean to hit that. There was a Google Meet and I hit the wrong button. Uh but yeah, I in some of my crafting sessions, y'all will see um y'all will get to see me do weeding, and y'all will probably listen to me complain about it the whole time that I'm doing it because it is something that I just do not like to do. But I will do it to teach y'all. Once I get to my binge watching session, uh, Sharon, I'm not trying to do nothing work related at all. If I'm taking the time to watch a show, I want to be fully engaged. So this is almost finished changing out, and it's now I do have my cutting machine. Like, you have the cutter, like for me for graduation, I do the graduation fans. So I use my cutter to make my buttons because I use my cutting machine to cut out my button images. I use my cutting machine to cut out um you know my fan bases and all of that kind of stuff. So you still will find great use in your for your machine. It just I don't want to particularly be using my machine to cut vinyl and be having to weed and do all of that extra. That's just not what I want to be doing. So now y'all see it just finished loading the files up for the Fresh Prince image. And now it's loading that in. So now I want to say I want to start a new design. I just flip that out and now I can start working on a new design. Yes. Saving the files in another folder. That is a skin pack. And there you go. Now that that design is ready for me to start with another customer, change out that image and change out the name, change out the age, and ready to go. So the Automizer is an awesome, awesome tool. If you're able to get it. Um, and I encourage you, if you can get it, to get it, as soon as you can. But if you can't, we also have other options available for you to just use the smart templates and still be able to create these same products. So, yeah, express it. Like I said, your Cricut is still a valuable tool. I still, I have my Cricut and a silhouette right here, and I use both. Okay, precious. I hope to see you Wednesday night. And in Wednesday night class, next Wednesday coming up. I hope to see you in class. Thank you for joining us. And in some things, even so even with weeding, so it's still other, offerings that I do for products. Like I showed y'all on my spreadsheet. I do center print and the all overs, and I do DTF. So I still am able to offer other things because we have customers that they don't want sublimation design because they want it on a different color, a black t-shirt or whatever. Just like this. This is my it's a sublimation image PNG for my shirt, but this is a DTF transfer. So I do offer, other options. And now, my guy that I send all my DTF stuff for, now they have glitter um for the DTF transfer, so you can actually send your transfers over and have glitter in them, because that's one of the things that a lot of people with, you still got to do sublimation, vinyl for, is to have glitter vinyl, and to you be able to use those, put those glitter accents on there for people. So but now DTF is stepping up and they have glitter available. So the only other thing that I was going to share with y'all today was I was going to show y'all me making the doing my gift bag cover. Let me stop the screen share to make me bigger on here. But I was going to show y'all the gift bags. So this is one of the party favors printed out, the gift bag cover. So, and you can see it comes out really pretty and glossy. And this is my gift bag cover. And so I was gonna try to use this other device, but I was getting a bunch of feedback when I logged in with it. So I'm not gonna turn that camera on. Um I'm gonna take my cutter out, and I'm gonna just go ahead and do this on my desktop, and then I'll just show y'all the finished product uh, of the gift bag cover. And let's see. Yes. So whatever that image is, I think that was a class that Erica did. That grad Automizer is just whatever is pictured on that thumbnail. That's that. It's a mini version of the Automizer, and that's what you get with our classes. You get whatever products we're featuring or showcasing during that class. That's the Automizer version that you get it. The Automizer. So you're not able to change the logo name on the Capri Sun print file. So on the print file, let me see. So when you go to the, which one you said? On the Capri Sun. Okay, so let me show you what you can do. Put a layer mask on there and get your, oh, I'm not sharing my screen. Let me share the screen. So on this one, because I saved this template as that, and I saved it and I brought this in as a JPEG file. But what you can do is put a layer mask on the template part and get your brush tool and you can delete that. Okay. I thought I was sharing my screen. Y'all not seeing my screen? Okay. Let me see. Present. Share screen. Are y'all tell me if y'all are seeing my screen? Share. I don't know why it's not showing my screen now. It says it's sharing my screen. Okay, let me try this again. I don't know why I don't want to add my screen back up there. You were able, okay. All right. Yeah, so that's what you can do. And then you can just drop your logo in there and add it on there. But that's how you can delete that. Take my name and stuff off of there. On some of the other ones um like the Rice Krispie treats, um it's a text image on, it's like you can update it from there. Like on the Rice Krispie treat, it actually has a header and you can type and change it. I don't know why I don't want to share my screen again, y'all. So I guess it say we done with the screen share. I was doing this gift bag cover for y'all. Amy, I would have to go and look to be sure because I'm not sure off the top of my head which classes had which. Not certain which ones. So then there's the, after I cut it from here and then add it to the bag. Okay. So that was what I was going to demo with the other screen. Yeah, nobody can see my screen. So I guess we're not going to be sharing the screen the rest of this live, which I'm about to get off now because my my twins will be home in a minute, and whenever they come in, it's mass confusion. We have to do all of the, you know, getting their hugs and kisses and hearing about their day, and usually a mad dash for them to throw their backpacks in, give me my hugs and kisses, and go outside to play. So, but yeah, so that's what I wanted to share with y'all. We've been on here 3 hours. I don't think that I thought I was gonna be on here this long, but um I definitely hope that those of y'all who stuck with me, because we've had a good watch count for the entire live. I hope that I was able to help you guys. I hope that it was helpful information, resources, and I will be doing more of these lives week to week. My mentor is, pressing us to do these lives and get in front of the camera and share this information with you all. So um, I definitely will be on. If it's anything that y'all have questions about, anything y'all would like to, content you would like to see me do, feel free to make the suggestion. Either send it to me in a private message. I might not get it right away, I might not see it right away, but I do try to go through everything eventually. And or just post it in the group, say, hey, I'd like to see content on such and so, and we will try to get that content out for you. So um oh, you're welcome. You are welcome. And I hope to, if any of you all are registered as VIP members or platinum members and y'all haven't joined us on Wednesday night, y'all come join us. And we would love to see y'all come out on Wednesday night with us live in the Zoom room. Get in the room. And yes, this will be saved on YouTube, so you can go back and rewatch or pull up things on here. So. All right, y'all. That will be it. And so I'll see y'all next time. Or as Shannon would say, we love you. We appreciate y'all. And until next time, bye.